Good morning. After 1850s, the rise of nationalism. What is nationalism? Oneness. Second definition is to fight against the British, expelling the outsiders. In that 1847 revolt itself is a first phase of nationalism. That's why V.D. Savarkar called it at First War of Independence. But that was sporadic. That was the reason for the failure of 1847 revolt. There was no one organization. There was no one single leader like Gandhiji. There was no one aim. That was a major reason why 1847 revolt was easily suppressed. That's why many call it as a failed one. But after 1847, gradually organizations were started that were regional in nature. So 1847 revolt, that's a major reason for failure. Later organizations were started around 1860s, 70s, but were confined to the regional levels. That's what we discussed. It's a regional organization. And at last culmination is Indian National Congress. All India platform was put forward where all the leaders from Madras, from Bombay, from Calcutta all joined together, and it's a national platform. So gradually the nationalism, oneness against British, was already started even much before 1857 revolt by Kattabomman, Diwan Veluthambi, Santal uprising, Ahom uprising. But oneness concept was not there. Single entity concept was much later, that is provided by Indian National Congress. That's a much difference between early nationalism and nationalism under INC. Both fought against British but in different way. In that Indian National Congress, the first phase, first 20-year phase, the moderates phase. Why they were called moderates? Because of moderates method of politics. Even extremists criticized as political mendicancy. It's like a begging. Why do you beg before British government? Don't beg. It's a right. You have to ask. You have to ask, we want Swaraj. You have to ask, we want Purna Swaraj. Why do you beg? In the name of prayer, petition, protest. Why do you pray before them? Prayer means praising. British ground, long live. British ground, beautiful. That's what I'm saying. The son and daughter, long live. Why? Straight away you ask, I want Swaraj. I want Purna Swaraj. Already you are ruling Britain. This is not your land. Go back. Go and rule your own country. This land is mine. So why do you beg? Right royal. That's why that was considered as the method of struggle of the moderates. 20 years in that Congress, I discussed of moderates leader. That leader dominated in the leadership. Here one thing you should be very clear. 3 phases we discussed. One is moderates, extremists and Gandhian. First 20 years is moderates. Next 15 years is extremist. It does not mean that while moderates were in Congress phase, there is no extremist. Wrong. What we are discussing is only in the leadership level we are discussing. We are not discussing in participatory level. For example, present phase is Sonia Ji phase. It does not mean that no other Gs in Congress. Many leaders are there. But who is the head of Congress? Under whose leadership is Congress is functioning? Sonia Ji. That's why it's called Sonia's phase. It does not mean that no Rahul Ji. It does not mean that no Chidambaram Ji. It's not like that. So what we are discussing, Gandhian phase, extremist, moderates means only in leadership level I am discussing. I am not at all discussing about participatory level. So during moderates period, leadership level moderates dominated. Participatory level, moderates were there, extremists were there, some others east were there. East means this one. IST, East. Am I right? This two words are very important. East and Ism. Actually, all the people can be divided into these two. Ism. It is a concept. If you are a follower, then you are called East. For example, communism. If I follow communism, I am a communist. So these two words are very crucial. Do you know, entire world, all the human beings are divided based on this ideology, ism. Based on that, you are a East. Understood? So we discussed of the moderate space. Now we are entering into 1905. Even I opened it, the extremist. 1905 to 1917, the extremist phase. Right? Who are that people? So extremist mean they dominated in leadership level. Nearby, if you want, you write it. They dominated leadership level. Even moderates also, if you want, you write it. Leadership level, they dominated. During moderate phase, you can't say no Lala Lajpat Rai, wrong. No B.J. Tilak, wrong. All were there, but not in leadership level. They were in participatory level during moderate phase. Now we are going to discuss extremist phase. During extremist phase, some people are thinking, aspirants are thinking that no moderates. All the moderates were expelled from Congress. No, you are wrong. During extremist phase, extremist idea, extremist leader dominated. Moderates were there. Even some other East were also there in Congress. But extremist idea, extremism dominated in Congress between 1905 to 1917. And during Gandhian period phase, Gandhi alone the only person in Congress. No, he was a leader. During Gandhian period, extremists were there, moderates were there, even some otherists were there, but one man controlled the Congress. Gandhi is the Congress, Congress is the Gandhi. That's why such a phase is called Gandhian phase. So don't confuse with that. During moderates phase, no extremist, wrong. During extremist phase, no moderates, wrong. During Gandhian phase, no moderates, no extremist, wrong. We are discussing only in leadership level, not more than 15 people or 20 people. Only in the dais people alone I am discussing. Participatory level, all are there. It's like this. Now BJP is ruling. It does not mean that no Congress in India is there, but entire camera is focusing on Prime Minister, belong to BJP. Home Minister, belong to BJP. Daily news would come related to BJP politicians because they are the ruling party. It does not mean that no Congress, no other parties. Then you are wrong. Now it is called BJP phase, means no Congress. Likewise, okay? So this is what. If you understood this one, remaining is twinkle twinkle little star. You can easily by heart it. So I opened extremist phase. First you write who. First subtopic. Already I have given template. First is who. Who means name. Name few extremist type. B.J. Tilak. Then B.J. Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai. Then Subhash Chandra Bose, wrong, would not come here. Nehru, wrong. Nehru, wrong. Subhash Chandra Bose, wrong. Madan Mohan Malaviya, wrong. Okay. Chandrasekhar Azad, wrong. Bhagat Singh, absolutely wrong. Right? Chandrasekhar Azad, Bhagat Singh are revolutionary group. No way would come under this. Yes? V.O. Chidambaram Pillai, exactly right. Chidambaram Pillai is right. Bipin Chandrapal, right. Syed Ahmad Khan, wrong. By the time he died. That's all. So why I am asking is, you give answer, then you rectify. If it is wrong, not at all a matter. Since this is the first class for you of extremist, no need to bother. You are studying, but you know so many leaders. What else you want? Yeah, with this you can manage all the mains questions. You know all the information in your mind. So feel free. History is nothing. Here I just guide. You will study how to study like this, like this. You can get a topmost score. Right? So here, note it down. Who are the people? One is B.G. Tilak. One is B.G. Tilak. Next, Lala Lajpat Rai. Lala Lajpat Rai. Second. Third, Aurobindo Ghosh. Aurobindo Ghosh. Bipin Chandrapal. Here is Bipin. Don't confuse with your book name. That is Bipan Chandra. Here is Bipin Chandra. Okay, Bipin Chandrapal. Next is V.O. Chidambaram Pillai. V.O. Chidambaram Pillai. Got it? Likewise, so many leaders, but these leaders are notable. Extremist leader thrived during this phase. So who is over? Other leaders are not, especially Bhagat Singh, Azad, are the revolutionary groups. Now we segregated. What is the next template? Write it. What's the next subtopic? Write and type. Aim. Yes, next subtopic, right? Aim. Yes. What is the aim? What was the aim of the moderates? Is three. That is, what were the aim? What were not aim? I have given. What were the aim? Executive Council, Legislative Council reform. Likewise, we discussed. Here, what was the aim of the extremists is important. So, what was the extremist aim? Is to attain Swaraj. Note it down, to attain Swaraj. What is the meaning of Swaraj? Type. I already we discussed in the previous class. Self-government, super. Then wrong, complete independent, wrong. Who typed a complete independent? Didn't attend the last class? Wrong. Then dominion status, yes, under British. Then like Australia, New Zealand, exactly right. Then boycott is not Swaraj. It's a method of struggle. Native root, no. Swaraj means what? Already given, yeah. In the last class itself given. Self-government. Self-government within British rule. Note it down. Yes, so self-government within British Raj. Already under moderates, we discussed. Self-government within British Raj. That is called Swaraj. You see that this is one step ahead. This is one step ahead of the moderates. Moderates never asked Swaraj, even they never asked Purna Swaraj. But here, one step ahead. No, moderates, you are wrong. At least let us ask Swaraj. That's why you see that they are one step ahead. They are extreme when compared to the old group. Old group is moderates. That's why the new group is called extremist group. So why they are extreme? Moderates never asked Swaraj, but extremists asked for Swaraj. That's why one step ahead. So aim is one step ahead. Okay, Swaraj. You know very famous statement of B.G. Tilak. Note it down. B.G. Tilak, within bracket you write. What is the statement of B.G. Tilak? Is Swaraj is my birthright. B.G. Tilak thundered like this. He shouted like this. Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. Double quote. The entire statement should be within double quotes. That is the statement of B.G. Tilak. Yes, aim is over. Next, to attain the aim, what is the next subtopic? Type it and write yourself, write. Because we are on the verge of finishing modern India. Method of struggle, yes, write it. Next, method of struggle. What is the method of struggle of this extremist is this real keyword. Recently it is question 2019 already question UPSC question. What is the method of struggle is passive resistance. Passive resistance in the name of boycott. Passive resistance in the name of boycott. So here I used two keywords. Who propounded this concept? These are all evergreen topic. Always as a student you should by heart it. Who propounded this topic is Aurobindo Ghosh. So first time who propounded the concept of passive resistance is Aurobindo Ghosh and popularized in his newspaper Bande Mataram. Bande Mataram. Bande Mataram or Vande Mataram. Actually in Bengali it is called Bande. In Bengali I think no Vande. Bande Mataram. In Hindi mein it's a Vande Mataram. Am I right? Supriya, am I right? In Bengali it is Bande Mataram. Am I right? No, that's not Swaraj. Here is this. Yes. So this is important. So passive resistance, right, in the name of boycott. Okay. So this is what the passive resistance, that is a method of struggle. Listen, this is technical word. Passive resistance, the technical word, right? Its real is the boycott. Boycott of what? Under boycott you write. Boycott of foreign goods. Boycott of foreign. I use the word common word, foreign goods. What are all foreign goods? Write it. Foreign cloth. So many were boycotted, but most famous is the boycott of foreign cloth. You might have seen in so many movies, national freedom struggle related movie. If you see that, if it is foreign goods, all were put into fire. Correct? So that is in the name of boycott. Boycott of foreign goods. Why? Why should we boycott the foreign goods? That's a British good. It's simple. Why did British rule India? That's the only question is, it's a great market. India, great market. Why not? Not during then. Even now also it's a great market. 130 crore faces there. Am I right? So what has happened is, service industry is important. Medical industry, pharmaceutical industry. India is a great human related market. In Russia only 17 crore people. If you made advertisement, nothing would sell. But in India, essential commodities, all should buy essential commodities. 130 crore people are there. That's why many foreign companies are having, it's a eagle eye over India. How to use this market. 130 crore face, 130 crore nose. Am I right? 130 crore hand. Especially you may come across insurance, especially healthcare insurance. So British utilized India as a market, sold their commodity. To sell their commodity, that's why they are ruling. Only thing. Let us boycott their commodity. Oh Indian, boycott their commodity. If boycotted their commodity, loss for British. If loss, British would not rule India. That is the reason behind the concept of the boycott. Carefully listen. This is the concept oriented. If you read, if you go through in book, it would take time. It would take a lengthy process of understanding. In all the book, it's discussed at length and breadth. For these kinds of storytelling only you are in class, not just to copy this. If you simply copying by color pen, if you simply underlining it, if you simply making up your class notes, rather than listening this, useless. So you are here to listen the story, to understand the concept. Okay, even you missed the class from your classmates, you can easily get these kinds of information. But if I tell you a story, your classmates cannot reproduce the same thing to you. So passive resistance, boycott. So boycott in the name of passive resistance. Okay. Now one by one we will discuss. I use the word passive resistance. I never use the word active resistance. Am I right? Or I never use the word resistance. So you see that if the word resistant is there, resistant are of two kinds. One is active resistant, another is the passive resistant. Here passive resistant in the name of boycott. Okay, so resistant are of two kinds, active and passive. Right. So you can resist any kind of people do it, not just Congress, even you also. I can't see any people. You consider one person is there, okay, in the classroom, especially a girl. No people, okay. So a girl is there in this. I asked the girl, especially in your 342, remember a beautiful girl, okay. I asked the girl, come along with me, ma. Just I'm saying, okay, come along with me. Let's go to coffee day for having a coffee. Because in the coffee day, whether they are drinking coffee or not, they are talking for hours. Even if you see coffee day shops, even that is established for that purpose, I think so. So I need a girl companion. I asked the girl, please come along with me to have a coffee. Immediately in that one of the girl, right, what I asked, slapped at my face, sir, now only the class is started. In between there, if you wish to go to coffee day, continue the class. It means that I was resisted. Listen, without that cute girlfriend, I would not go. Without, right, you see that I was resisted. Now what way I was resisted from going to have coffee is actively I was resisted. This is violence. So resistant are of two kind. This is active resistant violence. But that beautiful girl could resist me passively also. So here she used violence. But she could use passive resistance. How? The same beautiful girl I asked, come along with me to have coffee. I am repeatedly saying, please come. Right? She used the headset. Even she listened. Even she right, watch my face, but not at all reacting. Not at all reacting. Not at all accepting my call. It means that, right, she passively resisted me. That means that she boycotted my call of coming to have a coffee. Without the girlfriend, I would not go to the coffee. In second way also I am resisted. That is called passive resistance. When the man of what? Boycott. That girl boycotted my call. So here boycotted my call to come to the coffee day. Right here the British goods were boycotted by the Indians. This is the method of resistance. So these are all the keyword. 2019, it's a question, UPSC question. Word Swaraj, right? Word boycott. Another word I have to use Swadeshi. Whenever you are using the word, automatically you are in the face of extremist. That's all. So who are they? Aim, method of struggle, everything we discussed. Okay, now question. Normally you can ask question. What is the question? Sir, why 1905? Why particularly in 1905 rise of extremists? Why not 1920? Why not 1800 or 1900? Why particularly rise of the extremists is noted down? Why? Why in 1905? You should ask question like this question. So first moderates dominated. Okay. Right. What happened, sir, in 1905? The rise of extremists is, you write it exactly, in 1905, Viceroy Curzon partitioned Bengal. Lord Curzon. Viceroy Lord Curzon partitioned Bengal. Many youngsters, young congressmen, you write like this, many young congressmen agitated against this. Agitated against this. But you know very well, till 1905, who dominated? Moderates. Such young congressmen ran and behind. Moderates, this is the right time to start the mass movement. You see that the bloody Kausan is going to partition Bengal. Please take a strong measure. But what the moderates? We will seek. Yes, we will take. What is the method? Prayer, petition, protest. When would you send the petition? When would you return back? In between gap, not partition of Bengal, partition of India would have been done. That's why younger group within the Congress got tension. What these moderates are doing? The government is going to partition the Bengal. Today they will partition Bengal. Tomorrow they will partition Madras. Next they will partition India. Exactly happened in 1947. Actually, partition of Bengal is rehearsal to partition of India. Carson made a rehearsal. Mountbatten directed a film. Am I right? Accept it or not? Even this may be asked as the mains question within double quote. Discuss. Carson made rehearsal. Mountbatten directed a film. And who is dancing? We are dancing. It's a full day actual action movie between India and Pakistan. What happened is border issue. Daily it's a full action movie directed by Mountbatten. Who rehearsed? Carson. Understood? So that's why younger generation within Congress got attention. Okay, hereafter we should not believe this old people, old group. Dadabhai Naoroji, old man, go back to London. Surendranath Banerjee, okay, already over, already age bar for you. Now 1905 over, please retire. We will look after. That's why the rise of extremists, particularly in 1905. So what is the reason behind this rise of extremists is Carson. What is the reason behind it is partition of Bengal. Okay, then what is partition of Bengal? As an aspirant, you should know what happened, how Bengal was partitioned. Next, write it. How Bengal was partitioned. Yes, we already discussed. This is the present day West Bengal, Jharkhand, Bihar, Odisha, Assam, and Bangladesh part. This is what northeast, now west, east, and northeast. Okay. Here we already discussed Bengal Kingdom. If you see Bengal Kingdom is this much big. Bengal Kingdom. I never said West Bengal. Bengal Kingdom is this much big. So part of Bangladesh, part of present day Assam, entire West Bengal, part of Bihar, part of Jharkhand, and part of northern part of Orissa. This much big is Bengal Kingdom. What Carson did it, he decided to split the Bengal. He decided to create a new province. So listen, this is this much big is Bengal Kingdom. Carefully listen. This much big is Bengal province, and this is Assam. Okay. So present day Assam is different. Erstwhile Bengal Kingdom is this much. Okay. What is partition of Bengal is, listen, this is called Bengal province. What Carson did is that present day Bangladesh and Assam, carefully listen, present day Bangladesh and Assam part was carved out, and a new province called East Bengal is created, and the remaining part is called Bengal. Don't confuse West Bengal, because already here this much Bengal. From the Bengal, a new part is created called East Bengal, and the remaining is Bengal province. This is called partition of Bengal. Simultaneously, right? This is called the partition of Bengal. Okay, taken. Why? Why such a partition? Now you should know. From government side, note it down. Why partition? From government side, they said it is for administrative purpose. Because Bengal was too large, it's difficult to manage. So we are going to provide a new state. Recently, even Madhya Pradesh. From Madhya Pradesh, a new state is created called Chhattisgarh. When Chhattisgarh is carved out from Madhya Pradesh, whether Madhya Pradesh is renamed to some other part? No. From Madhya Pradesh, a small part is carved out, that is called Chhattisgarh, remaining is Madhya Pradesh. Why? Administrative purpose, for improvement of tribal area. From Bihar, Jharkhand is created for improvement of tribal people. So likewise, British government said it is for administrative convenience. Okay? But from nationalist side, note it. But from nationalist side, it is Hindu-Muslim divide. That is divide and rule policy. That is divide and rule policy. No. Here if you see, here is Muslim dominated. Here is the Muslim dominated. Here is the Hindu dominated. So you are using divide and rule policy. We would not spare. This is the major reason for the rise of extremists. Why? One is Carson, another is partition of Bengal, another is divide and rule, and another is inactiveness of moderates. Moderates are not at all taking strong measures. That's why I said, moderates, please come out of the dais. All the seats will be occupied. We will look after Congress. You be there, go and sit over that participator level. We will look after the leadership level. That is the reason for the rise of extremists. Yes. Now, okay, who are extremists, why, blah, 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 we discussed. Then what is the achievements of the extremists? Last, right, achievements. Achievement. Right, they started Swadeshi movement. They started Swadeshi movement. Swadeshi movement, 1905, 1907. 1905, 1907. This was considered as an achievement of the moderates, extremists, Swadeshi movement. Okay, so Swadeshi, Swaraj, partition of Bengal, passive resistance, boycott, 5 keywords I mentioned. What else you want here? This is what. Beyond that, don't study. Even during test, one said, sir, I am studying inch by inch. This treaty, that treaty, useless. Right, even for optional itself, no need to study of this. Why do you study? And they would say, I want to study in depth. Why do you study? Are you going to do MA history or PhD in history? Already 60% you knew. Okay, don't go in depth study. If you go in depth study, you can't become a civil servant. You can become a staff like me. Only we alone should study a lot. And even what I am discussing is not whatever I discussed, whatever I studied completely. Right? So Swadeshi movements. Yes. What is the meaning of Swadeshi? Why the movement? One by one we will discuss. So it is considered as important. Yes, first why? If it is a movement, you have to discuss like this. Why? Why the movement? Type. What is the reason for the Swadeshi movement? Tomorrow I try to complete, otherwise another one class, everything will be over. With this modern India, my portion is over. Tax, establish Swaraj. Why? I am asking. No, yeah, why is different, aim is different. Boycott is method of struggle. I am asking why. Against British rule, peasant ruined. Against partition of Bengal, yes, exactly that is the word. First you write it. Why Swadeshi movement is against partition of Bengal. Right, here if I said why means immediately go. to the background. That's why I explained partition of Bengal to length and breadth. So what is the major only reason of Swadeshi movement is partition of Bengal. What is partition of Bengal? Everything you know. So reason for Swadeshi movement is over. Okay, first. Second is, what is the meaning of Swadeshi? Type. Swadeshi means what? Plain meaning I am asking. Yes. Swadeshi means not freedom, not self-rule. Yes, made in India. Made in India is not okay. Made in India. Okay, okay. Desi, self-country. Exactly. Swadeshi means local. Local Indian is called Swadeshi. Opposite is Pardesi. Pardesi means foreigner. Without knowing that in Tamil Nadu, if you use the word Pardesi, it means that it's a scolding word actually. Especially used by some girls against boys. Poda Pardesi. They would use the word like this. But Pardesi is good. Swadeshi is the local. Pardesi means it's good. Pardesi means foreigner. Without knowing that in Tamil Nadu, many people are frequently using this word. So hereafter, if a girl scolded a boy, Poda Pardesi means you say thank you. Because Pardesi means you are a foreigner. Normally, you should not be a local, correct? So this is what the significant of this. Why is over? Next. Next is the Swadeshi means what? Right. So Swadeshi movement. Why is over? Next, aim. What is the aim of Swadeshi movement? What is the aim? Type. Super, super. What is the first thing is Swaraj. To attain Swaraj.
Unification.
Super. That's also right. So one is Swaraj.
Nationalize all.
Yes. Second is unification of what?
Establish Swaraj. Not to divide Bengal.
Exactly. So two reasons. Both are right. One is to attain Swaraj because that was ultimate aim of the extremist. Second is for unification of divided Bengal because Bengal was divided. That extremist wanted to unify it. Extremist wanted to unify it. Excellent. So this is the way and method of study. Once you understood, that's over. One is, please, you again reunify divided Bengal. One. Second is, if you see that the aim of the moderates is, extremist is to attain Swaraj. That's a dual nature. Why we discussed, aim we discussed. Right. Next, method of struggle. Type. What is the method of struggle? Yeah, super. What's the method of struggle? Boycott, protest. Yes, boycott of what goods? Foreign goods. Simply, super. Write it. What is the method of struggle? Is passive resistance. Otherwise, simply you write. Simply you write it. That is boycott. That's a boycott of foreign goods. Super. So this is the method of struggle. Okay. First method of struggle is over. If it is boycott of foreign goods, for example, cloth. This is a foreign cloth. If I removed means without dress I can't be there because as a human people, civilized person, all should wear dress. Am I right? To hide our parts. So here, what's the thing is, right, I removed the foreign dress means I must use that dress that led to promotion of indigenous industry. Next method of struggle. So first is boycott of foreign means. Second is improvement of local goods and local industry. That's why many mention made in India, make in India. You are absolutely right. Even Modi ji also says make India. Modi ji is also modern extremist, modern BG Tilak, modern Bipan Chandra Pal. You can easily compare. While discussing about Swadeshi movement, at last you could give current affairs conclusion. This is very similar to that government's make India policy. You can easily give it. And keep it in mind, some questions of modern India, ancient medieval, you can give current affairs example also. That is very good. You will be given more score. While discussing about Ashoka's Thamma principle or Akbar's Dini Ilahi principle, and these things will be discussed in ancient and medieval respectively. While discussing these principles, you can give the secular principles as enshrined in our constitution. It will take time, since now only modern India is completed, next ancient medieval, next polity. At last, you will go for cross-subject analysis. Actually, if you are able to go for cross-subject, keep it in mind, cross-subject analysis, you are eligible for writing mains. Till that, don't try to write for mains practice. As of now, if you write for mains, this is too early, your answer will be very narrow. Even some student inquired about, sir, can we write for mains writing now? Don't write it. Even for modern India also, don't write it. You wait, study, and club 1 or 2 more subject, then you go for wait for another 2 to 3 months, at least 1 month. Otherwise, you start from your optional. Better answer writing project is you started from your optional, then utilize the same template in the GS part. Because next month onwards you would start the optional, right? So then you start it. So better to start with optional and come back. Class test would be conducted. We would correct it. From then you come back. Right? So here this is important. Method of struggle. We discussed of this. Okay. So why over, aim is over, method of struggle. Next, course of action. Write it. Course of action. So this is a new thing. I am adding it. If a movement to be studied mean, fourth template is course of action. This is very similar to war. What is course of action means? Between 1907 to 1905 to 1907, what happened? So extremist moderate template I have given. Hereafter, whenever a movement to be studied, whether Swadeshi movement, later non-cooperation movement, later the civil disobedience movement, this is the template. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, if it comes to mains and optional, what I would do means I will give this template, way of writing. In that keyword, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, that's all. From here, you have to enlarge it. This is what we would give it. And okay, so here the course of action. What is the course of action, sir? First point, note it down. Boycotted foreign goods. Again you write it. Boycotted foreign goods. Okay, if boycotted foreign goods means, next point you write promotion of Indian industries. Promotion of Indian industries. Yes, I will give 1 or 2 best example. The best example of the industry is Tisco. Tisco at Jamshedpur. Tisco was started during the Swadeshi movement. First. Second, Bengal Chemical Factory by P.C. Rai. Bengal Chemical Factory by P.C. Rai. So promotion of indigenous. Not only industry, everywhere. Competition to British. British, if you have industry, I will also have industry. If you have any ships, we will also have ships. Very important, you write. Right. Swadeshi Steam Navigation Company. Most important question. Swadeshi Steam Navigation Company by V.O. Chidambaram Pillai, because he started a steam navigation company itself to compete with the British company. Oh, Indian people, don't send your commodity in the British goods, British ships. Rather than send in that Swadeshi Steam Navigation Company Corporation ships by V.O. Chidambaram Pillai in Tuticorin. Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu, southern part of Tamil Nadu. This place is there. He started a that is the shipping company, and he bought very big 2 ships to make competition to the British. If you set the ship, that is the TNPC. Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission, that may be helpful, but for UPSC level, this is expected question. Because these are all old topic, famous topic, by the time all should know, this is very important. Swadeshi Steam Navigation Company. Likewise, to compete with the British, the Swadeshi product, Swadeshi industries, Swadeshi service related, Swadeshi people, local people started. Understood? Not only this, even starting of schools, next point you write, starting of Swadeshi school, national school and college. National school mean don't join your son and daughter to the British school, rather than join into that nationalist school. Nationalist school mean run by the Indian. Even during the time only Bengal National School, Bengal National College were started. It means that completely boycott the British and accept the Indian. And even next, culture wise also, third, culture wise also promotion of Indian. Why do you speak English? Useless. Right? Promote Bengali language, promote Tamil language, promote Punjabi language, Hindi language. Why English? So culture wise also promoted that local language rather than the English. In that culture only, that great development of Bengali language took place. Actually, Bengali is one of the classical language, age-old language. One of the earliest is Bengali, has its own classical, and no need to explain about the Bengali, has its own culture, right? So Bengali language is developed during this time. So here, very famous person is Rabindranath. That's why I'm saying why history related and subject history optional is not famous in the south is northwise many a history part would come actually. Bengal related, UP, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, likewise it's come. For UPSC, for GS history as well as optional history part of south is less. That seems to be the reason, I think so. Many aspirants are hesitate to take history as a subject. But if you go to north, many would take blindly of the such subject, because even if you see modern India, many things are from Bengal region. Here also the same thing, that is the Rabindranath Tagore. He composed a song starting with Amar Sona Bangla. Actually, it's a starting line, and it would go for some stanza, Amar Sona Bangla, like this. Amar Sona Bangla means my Bengal, gold Bengal, Sona means gold, it would like this. Okay, I'm not aware, I don't know Bengali language. So Amar Sona Bangla, it's like this. What's the significance of this Amar Sona Bangla that was composed during Swadeshi movement is, later it became the national anthem of Bangladesh. When Bangladesh was created in 1971, Bangladesh took this Bengali version, which was composed Rabindranath Tagore during Swadeshi movement. So this is very famous composition from the Bengal. Not only that, painting also very important. Two important painters are there. One is Abhinandranath Tagore. Abhinandranath Tagore. Another person is Nandalal Bose. I can give lot of people, just a few you write, note it down. So painting wise, very famous. Do you know Bharat Mata? Actually, that flag, Bharat Mata, dress, right? The flag would be there. Who popularized this Bharat Mata is this Abhinandranath Tagore. And later some political parties took it. That's why I would say it is not Bharat Mata. Actually, it is the Bangamata. That seems to be the right, I think so. Bangamata later became the Bharat Mata. So likewise, full of indigenous, locally made, locally produced, locally producer, boycott the British. This is what course of action 1905 to 1907. So everything was fine, everything was going on. But what happened is, last point you write, in 1907, problem within Congress. Problem within Congress between to whom is between the extremist and the moderates. Note it down. Between the extremist and the moderates. And at last there was a split. Split at which place is Surat. That's why it's called Surat split 1907. Surat split 1907. Taken? Yes. So 1905, 6, everything was going on, but 1907 there was a split within that Congress. So that is famously called Surat split of Congress. Now I have to discuss. Listen, since 1885 and till the date, even 2020 also, Congress has been conducting annual session of its meeting. Every year Congress would conduct its session. Not just up to 1947, till the date it's being, every year you could see. So Congress session, this is very important. So every year Congress would sit and have a discussion, that's called session. One such a session happened in 1907. Such a session happened in 1907 at a place called Surat. Yes, listen. Here is the leaders, dais, and there so many seats are there here an academy. There are the participants. What happened is fight erupted between the moderate and extremist. First word fight, next fist fight, next what happened is chair fight. It's like a inner party problem. The same thing happened. Chair fight happened. At last what happened is, from that participator level, one person threw chapel which hit Feroz Mehta. You just imagine. Why I'm saying like this mean, you should not be in your house. Whenever I'm supposed to discuss about this, you should be in Surat session 1907. Take your time machine, go to the Surat, and you have to be there. You also should get some slap on your face. Otherwise, your blood from your head. Just imagine. If you study like this, then only you could enjoy history actually. Understood? This is very interesting actually. History is, if you are a vociferous reader and if you know basic English of reading habit or your regional language, if you are able to read, it's a very good, because full of stories. Only thing you have to study vast story, that's all. Right? So you have to have the imagination. You have to unleash your imagination wing. And many are thinking it's a mugging up. No. Here imagination. For example, if I am discussing about Paleolithic, you have to take your time machine, you have to go to 10,000 years before, and you should consider that no dress, and it will be like this. Your teeth would come like this, full of colorful, because no toothpaste in the time. And how do you interact with the people? Not language. Ooh, likewise. So likewise, you have to imagine. Then only you could enjoy. Otherwise, it seems to be the mechanical study. That's why I'm explaining the situation as if it is. So here is Surat issue. Okay, what happened is, at the end of the Surat issue is, you noted, all the extremists were expelled from Congress. This is what happened at the end of Surat session. All the extremists, you small boys of the extremist, we are expelling you. This is called Surat split. Taken? So this is called Surat split. It means that, listen, now I have to discuss the core issue. Carefully listen. Extremist face 1905, because we are entering into next important up to 1917. I mentioned because after 1917 Gandhiji, right, Gandhiji. But what I said is in 1907 itself extremists were expelled. Extremists were expelled from the Congress. 1907 to 17 again moderates dominated. Am I right? If extremist expelled mean again moderate. Then how do you say, sir? How could you say up to 1917 extremist phases? Listen, though extremists were physically expelled from the Congress, their ideas, listen, their method of struggle. What is their idea? Swaraj. Their method of struggle, that is boycott, that were accepted by the moderates. That's why no leader of extremist, their ideas, their method of struggle, everything were accepted and continued till 1917. With the arrival of Gandhiji only, ahimsa, satyagraha, non-cooperation, likewise, major change of extremist phase happened only with the arrival of Gandhiji. That's why I expanded the extremist phase up to 1917, though extremists themselves were not physically there within the Congress. To study this idea only, it will take time. Even some people it will take yuga, not just time. Some yugas it would take. Yes, listen. 1905 to 1917 extremist phase, as per our topic. But in 1907 itself, extremists were expelled. Then you can arise question, why extremist phase up to 1917? Here is ideas and method of struggle were extremist concept. Though moderates dominated, the ideas of Swaraj, extremist, method of struggle, boycott, passive resistance, that itself was accepted by moderates. Such a change happened only with the arrival of Gandhiji. That's why extremist phase I extended up to 1970. Got it? Yes. That's all. With this, Swadeshi movement concept is over. Now, sir, 1907 extremists were expelled. Then 1907 to 1917, what happened? Listen, this is important. Now, we have to fill the gap. What is history? Study of anything in chronological order. Then extremists were not there. Again, moderates, somewhat dull phase. Then what happened in the national movement between 1907 to 1917? Open the topic. Topic is events between 1907 to 1917. 1917. Yes, within bracket you write Congress was under moderates. Congress was under moderates. So it was dull. So it was dull. Okay, this is the background. So Surat split, extremists were expelled, Congress were under domination of moderate, so dull phase. Okay, now it's a work to you. I have already given syllabus. What are all the events happened between 1907 to 1917? List it out. Go through our syllabus. List it out. What are all the events happened? After writing, you also type it here. Because next 1 hour we are going to discuss this. Home rule movement. Exactly. Super. Then next, World War One, international. I have never given. Okay, World War One is good. Okay, next. Revolutionary, exactly. Revolutionary nationalism, phase 1 or phase 2? Phase 1, super. Then, next, only one thing. Revolt Act, 1909 Act. 1909 Act. So, three events we are going to discuss. So, note it down. First is Revolutionary Nationalism, phase 1. Revolutionary Nationalism, phase 1. Second is phase 1. Second is Home Rule Movement. Yes, Home Rule Movement. And third is 1909 Act. 1909 Act. Act. So these three incidents we have to. This is the method of studying. Nowadays, mains questions are being asked like this. 2017 mains question. If you look into the 2017 mains question, what are all the various currents in national movement between 1920s to 1940s? Once it's a 15 mark question. Then what you have to do, whatever the event happened, nearly 5 to 6 events, different event you have to look into that and you have to answer. So cultivate this kinds of method. For example, if I said, if I ask a work, what happened between 1800 to 1850? So 50 year what happened? Different incidents you have to note it down and write it. What happened between 1700 to 1750? So you have to think different wise. If you are able to write, eligible for mains. So likewise, here the three events we are going to discuss. The first is Revolutionary Nationalism phase 1. Revolutionary Nationalism phase 1. Okay, this Revolutionary Nationalism concept is within Congress or outside Congress? Yes. This is all within Congress or outside Congress? Outside Congress. Within Congress, who said? See, 114. That's why I said, if you write within Congress mean you don't understand the national movement itself. Grijar. These people are outside the Congress, completely outside the Congress. So these are all outside, completely outside, because the revolutionaries would never come within the Congress. That's all. Yes. So this is what. Then what are all the revolutionary concepts or ideas? Okay. First, who? Who are they? Always the template you keep it in mind. 2 to 3 concept. First, who are they? Is first point. Youngest Indian. Name I will give later. First is youngest group. Okay, name I will give later. Second, aim. Yes, what is the aim of the revolutionary group is Purna Swaraj. This is what the major difference between moderates, extremists, revolutionaries were one step ahead. They straight away want what one is Purna Swaraj. Purna Swaraj means what? Complete independence. It's a second. Third, taken. After aim, what is the third template? Method of struggle. Taken. What's the method of struggle? Yes, killing the British. Killing the British. Taken. So that's a entirely different. Moderates never. Extremist never want to hurt, never want to kill the British. That's a difference between extremist and the revolutionary group. Don't confuse with these two groups. Okay, revolutionaries wanted to kill, wanted to hurt. Okay, if they wanted to kill means they need what? Listen, weapon. If they want weapon, they need what? Money. If they need money, what they should do? Looting, dacoity. Next method of struggle. Write it. They entered into looting, robbery. Very simply, you write it robbery. Robbery activity. They robbed whom? They robbed the British. They never robbed the Indians. So they robbed the British market and then purchased a gun and targeted the same British. So many robbery cases, raid happened. We will discuss later. Okay. So you are doing what one? You are looting the people, British. From that looted amount, you purchase the weapon. From the purchase amount, if you are killing means, is it possible to have open organization like Indian National Congress? Could you have Indian National Congress banner? And this is the office headquarters, party headquarters, regional headquarters. It is possible? No. Then what is the third method of struggle? Is the secret organization. Secret organization. Setting up of secret organization. These are all the method of struggle. Marks would be given for this. Taken? So these are all the method of struggle of the revolutionary groups. Okay. So first who, next aim, next method of struggle we discussed. Next course of action. Course of action. In this course of action only, we are going to discuss the most important revolutionary groups. What are all the secret groups that function during this phase? Keep it in mind. This is the first phase I am discussing. What is the first phase? 1907 to 1917 in this phase. So here 4 to 5 year, here 4 to 5 year. 1907 means not exactly 1907. It might have started in 1900, but it might have active in 1907. Even though 1917 over, but some might have been until 1920. 1907 to 1979, it's not exact rigid way. Approximate thing. Okay. What are all the secret organization in the course of action? Note it down. Some famous organization. One is Mitra Mela. Mitra Mela by V.D. Savarkar. Second, Abhinav Bharat that too by V.D. Savarkar. These two are in Pune. These two organizations are in Pune. V.D. Savarkar, a great revolutionary nationalist. If you would like to say of the V.D. Savarkar, this history, it's date back. It's very full of pathetic condition of V.D. Savarkar, right? Young revolutionary person, and among that, this Mitra Mela is that first revolutionary organization of India. That note it down. So India's first revolutionary organization means always you choose Mitra Mela. This may be a preliminary question. That is the third. Third is Anushilan Samiti. Anushilan Samiti, actually very famous group. Two groups function Anushilan Samiti. One is Calcutta group. Anushilan Samiti of Calcutta group. Another group is the Dhaka. Dhaka group was started by Pulin Das. Actually, this group is very famous group in Bengal region. And the Calcutta group is Barinder Kumar Ghosh. Barinder Kumar Ghosh. Another is Bhubendranath Dutt. Actually, these two groups are very famous. Without Anushilin Samiti, you can't complete this revolutionary, very famous group. Even do you know the famous Aurobindo Ghosh is linked with Anushilin Samiti. And even I could say famous Alipur conspiracy case is there. This vice is very famous. We will discuss. Okay, this is important. And fourth is Bharat Mata Society. Bharat Mata Society, Madras, by Subramania Siva. Normally in UPSC level, they would ask like this society in which place, rather than particularly asking. But I don't want to take any chance, so I'd like to give all the important. And fifth is Gadar. 2014 already preliminary question. Gadar at San Francisco. Yes, sir. San Francisco, USA. San Francisco, USA, by Lala Hardayal, Sohan Singh Bakna, Like so many leaders, these are all very important. And another is India House in London, by Shyamji Krishna Verma. These are all important revolutionary group. So nearly 6 revolutionary groups we discussed. Okay. So now revolutionary group, what kind break, then we will discuss. started so many revolutionary groups. So after forming the revolutionary groups, after purchasing the weapon, they tried to assassinate some officers. They would not assassinate all the British. They would not assassinate the common man. They would not assassinate all the officer. Whoever the officer went against the Indian, that officers alone were targeted. So next subtopic you write some attempt. It means that attempt may be successful. Sometimes attempt to kill may be failed. That's why I simply underline the subtopic some attempt. Okay, normally these things would not be asked in prelim. In mains, you can utilize this point to substantiate your answer. In this, one attempt is first you write killing of Lieutenant Rand and Ayerst. Killing of Lieutenant Rand and Ayerst in Pune of Chapekar brother. So two persons, the brothers, Chapekar brothers. One is Vinayak Chapekar, another is Damodar. No, don't want Balakrishna Chapekar. You don't want the name. Simply you mention of the Chapekar brothers. Okay. If it is Pune, very easy. Already we discussed of revolutionary groups in Pune, Mitra Mela or Abhinav Bharat group. So either Mitra Mela, since more or less the same group members, maybe in this same members would be there in the group, they planned it. So you immediately, if I set a place, okay, this group. Another, if it is Bengal, Anushilan Samiti group. Likewise, you have to link it. Chapekar bro killed. Why? What is the reason for killing this Lieutenant Rand and Ayerst is around 1900 there was a plague in that Bombay region, plague disease in the Bombay region. Okay, many people died, many people suffered. It is the duty of the government to take measure. So government appointed these two officers, plague officers. So what was the nature of the duty is plague officer. These two were the plague officers. So government appointed them. Okay, what these two British did it, instead of taking measure to curtail the plague disease, they jolly enjoyed everything. They enjoyed the government facilities, horse riding. You just imagine, horse riding, spending the government amount, rather than taking the measure to suppress the plague. That's why that group, Abhinav Bharat or Mitramala group member, that is Chapekar brother, decided to target, and this was successful. Both officers were shot dead by the Chapekar bro. This is Lieutenant Rand and Ayerst. So one sentence of information, but I explained it for length and breadth. The story is important, right? Second group is attempt to kill. Actually, it was not successful. That's why I use the word attempt to kill a judge. His name is Kingsford. In some book, it's mentioned Kingston. Attempt to kill a local judge, Kingston, British judge, Kingston, at Muzaffarpur. In Bihar. Muzaffarpur in Bihar. By two youngest revolutionaries. Actually, these two were the teenagers. By two youngest revolutionaries. One is 17-year-old, another is 18-year-old. Don't want the age. Just for intensity, I am saying the age. Right? One name is Kudiram Bose. Another is Prafulla. So just imagine, this teenagers of 17 and 18 shot dead. Okay. Another famous is, actually it is not the case, It is not the killing, it is a case related Alipur conspiracy case. Alipur conspiracy case. It's a very famous case. 1910. If you are from Bengal and Assam part, definitely this is very famous. So Alipur in northern part of West Bengal, in a court, there was a court. In that court only, a case was conducted. Conspiracy. Conspiracy mean, you know very well. What is a conspiracy mean? Against the government. Sedition, conspiracy. These are all very important. So if you are arrested under conspiracy and sedition mean, that's all over. Your life is over because you are fighting, you are waging war against the government. That's the meaning of conspiracy and sedition. One sedition charge, it's difficult to come out. So in Alipur court only, the conspiracy case happened. What is what that we don't want? This is very famous case of Alipur conspiracy. In that only, who is linked is Aurobindo Ghosh. Aurobindo Ghosh and other members of Anushilin Samiti. This is expected preliminary question. In law itself, this Alipur conspiracy case is a landmark and many judicial decisions and terms are used. Important. Alipur conspiracy. Next is Kanpur conspiracy case. These conspiracy cases are very famous in judicial perspective. So this is Alipur conspiracy. Right. Why I'm saying is, in that only Aurobindo Ghosh was linked. Actually, Aurobindo Ghosh was not at all a revolutionary. Am I right? He was a extremist, but his name was included into the revolutionaries. And he was given sentence. He was given punishment. After that only, listen, from Bengal, he decided to leave everything. From Bengal, he came to Pondicherry. Listen, this Aurobindo Ghosh, after this Alipur conspiracy case, and after the jail time only, from Bengal, he came to Pondicherry and set up a famous ashram called Aurobindo Ashram. This is the story of Aurobindo Ghosh and the Aurobindo Ashram. If you want to know Aurobindo Ashram, you should know of Alipur conspiracy case. So he was considered as a revolutionary, but in Pondicherry he became a sadhu. I think you all knew very well. Throughout India, Aurobindo Ashram is very famous. Arrowville, this is all famous places in Pondicherry. So likewise happened. Okay. They killed the British. They tried to target the British. Now question is whether the British was in just idle condition, whether they were the mere spectator. No. What the British did, common word you write it, the British heavily suppressed the revolt. Suppressed the movement, not revolt, suppressed the movement. Movement means this movement and a group. This group. Ruthless suppression. That's why I use the word heavy suppression. Heavily suppressed. Right. When heavy suppression was there with the starting of First World War. So when First World War was started in 1914, the British started to concentrate on heavy suppression. So 1914, 1915, 1916, there was a very heavy suppression. So that's why what happened is many leaders were killed, shot dead. Many leaders were jailed. Okay. So 1914-16, if you come, many leaders were jailed. And some leader like Aurobindo Ghosh retired from politics, active national movement, and settled here. So likewise, 14, 15, 16, gradually, right, revolutionaries came down. 1917, you know, with the arrival of Gandhiji, with the Gandhian face, the camera of national movement is shifted from revolutionary group to the Gandhian. Actually, this is a way you have to take history. You have to bring your answer. How to study. Once attend class, after that nothing to preach any new things and nothing new to get ideas, because no ideas here, no thesis, no ism, no concept is there. Only one thesis I discussed is safety valve thesis. That alone we have to discuss. I discussed related to origin of I and C. Apart from that, nothing. So this is what you should know of this. So 1907 to 1917, the first thing what we completed successfully is this. So simultaneously we are discussing 1907 to 1917, one side revolutionary group, other side what is going on is the home rule movement. Am I right? So home rule movement is little bit later, 1916 to 17. So third is Act 1909. So better to discuss Act first, then we will move on to the home rule movement. So next to open the topic, 1909 Act. 1909 Act. So 1909 Act, Home Rule Movement. Next, today I try to have Gandhian movement. Okay, definitely we will discuss. 1919 mean tomorrow we will take on up to 1930. So that last class 1930s to 1940 very easy, we will complete it. Yes. Shall we move on? 1909 Act, also called Marley-Minto Reform. Marley-Minto. Don't write Minto-Marley reform. This is wrong. Normally and customs we would always use the word Minto-Marley reform. Wrong. Why it is called Marley-Minto? Why Marley first, Minto second? Type. Yes. And always SYS highest office. That's why Marley SYS. Minto is viceroy. Below SYS is viceroy. That's why Minto is next. So if you write Minto Marley mean you are wrong. You are a district collector, okay, district collector of Ratnagiri district in Maharashtra. Chief minister is coming to your district. In that flex, office flex, your name, district collector, so and so. Below that chief minister, that's all. Next day itself you will be transferred. First always chief minister name, then only the collector name. This is protocol. Likewise here, Marley-Minto reform are also called Council Act, not just Act. It's an Indian Council Act 1909. Yes. Shall we start? Nearly 3 to 4 points we will discuss. First point. The number of members in CLA. The maximum number of members in CLA could be increased up to 68. Could be increased up to 68. It means that simply I would like to say is maximum strength of this allowable strength is 68. Either way I could say. So you can write like this two way. Now I will come to the old definition. Old calculation, not definition. Old calculation. What is the old calculation? Yes, old calculation here is 1 plus equal to 5. This is the last time I am making. Okay, hereafter I will never. Law making and law implementation. Law making 5, law implementation 5. 1853 Act. Minimum how many people? Maximum how many? Not type. Minimum how many? 9. No, yeah. No. 3 to 4. Exactly. Yes, 3 to 4. As per 1853 Act, I am saying. So you consider 4 member, 9. So you some said this one. No. As per 1853, this. Then 1861, minimum 6, maximum 10. You consider 8 members. Now the strength is what is 1? Right, that is 17. As per 1892, we have given minimum 10, maximum 16. So you consider for our calculation 30. Okay, now the strength is 30. What the 1909 Act says that no minimum and maximum. It says already 30 member, you could increase up to 68. It means that minimum 0, maximum 38. Am I right? Already 30 member as per our calculation. Right, the Act said that no like this, rather than it mentioned like this. Maximum is 68 means, so minimum no person, 0. Maximum 38, so that your strength should not cross 68. There's a old calculation here. If you are continuously attend the class, this is nothing. Okay, so this, in that way, number of members in only for law making it increased. So law implementation, no Indians till the date of 1909. Next point, you write. Similarly, more Indians were included into various PLAs, plural form. Various PLAs. Since different PLAs, different numerical number, we don't want to mention of this. No specific reason of 68, not exact reason. Okay. So here is CLA. Likewise, so many Indians were included into PLAs. No need to by heart any figure. Next, third point. For the first time, now I am coming here. For the first time, an Indian was included. Point number 3. For the first time, an Indian was included into Viceroy's Executive Council for law implementation purpose. So after much long time, after 1773, nearly for 120 years later, first time an Indian was appointed into law implementation purpose, this side. Okay, who was the first Indian of such appointed into implementation? Is implementation means it's like a cabinet. First is Satyendra Prakash Sinha, write it. Prakash Sinha. Otherwise, simpler S.P. Sinha. Satyendra Prakash Sinha or simpler S.P. Sinha. Who was Satyendranath Tagore? Type. Yes, ICS. First Indian ICS officer, not first ICS. First into the first, yes. ICS is the Satyendranath Tagore. Here is S.P. Sinha. Got it? This is like third point. Fourth point is introduction of separate electorate system. This is also a crucial point I have to discuss at length and breadth. Introduction of separate electorate system. And continue. And it was first given to Muslims. First given to Muslims. What is separate electorate system? Before discussing this, nowadays we do have separate constituencies. Am I right? In India, we do have separate constituency in reservation. For which community reservations are there? Type. Reserved constituency, the word is there. To which people reservation concept? SC and ST. No reservation for Muslims in election? No. No reserve. Okay. Why not? Huh? A Dalit reservation is there. Oh, no Muslim is Dalit. Okay. How could you say? Dalit is the Hindu concept. Even in Muslims, there is no downtrodden people. Otherwise, all the Muslims are upper crorepati's. No, even in Islam is also, if I ask Islamic people, definitely they would say. Any Islamic people here? No discrimination within Islam? Okay, that's a out of box one. We are not going to discuss. Right, reservation, as of now, it's there, reserved constituency. Okay. How many are from Tamil Nadu? Tamil Nadu candidate type. How many MLA constituencies are there in Tamil Nadu? Tamil Nadu student type it. 234. That's all. Any other discrepancy? 273. Who is that? 273 தொகுதியாங்க தமிழ்நாட்டில் 247. பிடிச்ச நம்பரா தமிழ்நாடு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டு? 253. Okay. Tamil Nadu number of constituencies is 234. Okay. From Kerala student, how many MLA constituency? Parayam. 140. How many MLA constituency in Kerala? 120 or 121 or Karnataka student Matadandi as per Canada. Okay. 224 Karnataka. 224 or okay. Right. So likewise, listen. Why I'm saying is West Bengal, UP, likewise throughout. Yes. Keep it in mind. These are GK question. Yeah. Without that, don't speak politics and don't criticize politician. We don't know anything about politics, but we will criticize politician. This is what our trend is there. How many constituency? Don't know. How many? What is your MLA name? That also we don't know. MP name? Don't know. But we will criticize the politicians. Okay. So here, good. So here, reservation for SC and ST are there. Exactly. Now listen. Reserved constituency. You consider that Chennai, North Chennai, Anna Nagar is there. Anna Nagar is reserved constituency. Listen. Reserved constituency for SC mean only SC people alone can contest. But all can vote. Whoever attained the age of 18, electoral list, their name is there, they could vote. That is reserved system. Listen, presently we are following reserved system. In each state, some allocations to SC and ST people. That is important. Okay, reserved constituency is good. For example, Delhi area, right, is declared as a reserved constituency for ST mean ST alone could contest, but any people could vote. That is good. So that is reservation. But what is separate electorate system means, listen, separate electorate system, such a people alone could contest and such a community people alone can cast vote. This is wrong. This is the difference between separate electorate system and reservation. Separate electorate system wrong. Why? In Anna Nagar, where our academy is there. Otherwise, in Karol Bagh, you keep it. Our Delhi branch is there. Karol Bagh, exclusively for Muslim constituency, that to separate electorate system means in Karol Bagh, only Muslim member alone could contest and Muslim people in Karol Bagh alone could cast vote. Hindus and other people can't. Sikh people can't. Then what the people in Karol Bagh could do, other than Muslim, all other people would vacate from the constituency. After 10 years, Karol Bagh is exclusively Muslim and likewise in India, so many places, say this is for Hindu, this is for Muslim, this is for Sikh means easily they can ask for country. Government would give it. This is the beginning of partition of India. This is a fine example, finest example of British divide and rule in the name of separate electorate system. So this is called separate electorate system. That's all. So it was first introduced in 1909 and that was first given to whom? Is the Muslims. These are all core topic of modern India. Understood? That's all. With this, the Act 1909 is over. Second we discussed. And the last one between 1907 to 1919 is this. Open the topic, Home Rule Movement. This we are going to discuss. Home rule movement or All India Home Rule League. All India Home Rule League. 1916, 1917. 1916 and 1917. Shall we start? Yes. So who started? How it was started? What is the aim? The same template you consider it with small variations I am going to do. First, the idea to start home rule. Hereafter simply you write HRM. No need to write every time home rule movement. The idea to start home rule was conceived by. Who conceived this idea? Conceived by Annie Besant. Annie Besant. So who conceived this idea is Annie Besant. Okay. Annie Besant from which country? Type. Ireland, exactly. So near Annie Besant, you write an Irish woman. From Ireland, right. Now, this idea was conceived by Annie Besant. Okay. This is what. Now I have to discuss Annie Besant's story. We already discussed. Annie Besant belonged to Ireland. In between that, we discussed Theosophical movement. Who started Theosophical movement? Whether Annie Besant started Theosophical movement? No. Who started? Madame Blavatsky and Henry Alcott started it in New York. Later they shifted headquarters to Adyar. And much later only Annie Besant came to India and joined the movement. So Annie Besant was not the founder of the Theosophical Society. Then gradually she started to rise and now became the leader. So by 1916-17, if you see, Annie Besant became the head of Theosophical Society and much famous in Chennai. Even after her name only, Annie Besant Beach, we used to call Besant Nagar. Even a Nagar is there. A famous Nagar is there, Besant Nagar. Actually, full name is Annie Besant Nagar. It's a hi-fi area in Chennai. Understood? So here, now she came to India and very popular figure in Theosophical Society. She conceived it. Yes. So from Ireland. Okay, first. Second is, on what basis model? This home rule movement is based on Ireland model, you write. Irish model. Irish model, because in Ireland itself the same movement in the name was going on. So in Ireland itself the movement was going on. What is the name? Home rule movement. That is in Ireland. Taken? So such a movement is going on in Ireland itself. Now Annie Besant already from Ireland. She considered, why not I should start a movement like that was going on in my country. Okay, now I have to just listen. What is the movement in Ireland is, name is Home Rule Movement. Irish people were fighting. Ireland people are fighting against the British because Ireland was also occupied by British people. In Ireland, people were fighting against the British. They started the movement of Home Rule. Annie Besant also wanted to start a movement very similar to the movement going on in her home country. That's why it is Home Rule movement in India. This is the first thing. So if you want, you have to note it down of the important concept. Okay, taken. So conceived to start the movement in India. Right, it was not invented by her, always going on. Okay, but interesting is next point. But in India, it was started by two leaders. In India, It was started by two leaders. Split. One is Annie Besant, another is B.G. Tilak. No, first you write B.G. Tilak, then Annie Besant. Because first started by B.G. Tilak. Though idea was conceived by Annie Besant, two leaders started. That too first by B.G. Tilak, second by Annie Besant. Okay. B.G. Tilak, April 1916. In April month itself, he started. Annie Besant, September 1916. Because these things normally a student would not know. Here only you have to get more score of this. So B.G. Tilak, April month, Annie Besant, September. Okay. What are all the area? Under B.G. Tilak you write Bombay province, note it down. Bombay province, Karnataka, Bombay, Karnataka, another is Berar. So Karnataka student don't confuse. As of now, Berar is part and parcel of Karnataka. Earlier, Berar was different administration that was not part and parcel of present day Karnataka. That's why I have given these two separately. So Bombay province, Karnataka, Berar. In this area alone, Annie Besant. Okay, sorry, B.G. Tilak. Right, Annie Besant is throughout India except these places. That is the places where B.G. Tilak was conducting his movement. So this much we discussed. Where the movement was going on, Annie Besant, who started in India, two leaders we discussed. Right. Actually, what happened is, Annie Besant wanted to start. Why delay? I will explain. Annie Besant asked the moderates, Congress leader, please, there is a movement already going on in Ireland called Home Rule Movement. Congress, please you start. But moderates did that. No, we would not start any movement. Why? Already a movement, Swadeshi movement was started. That's why we were split into two. Again a movement was started. We will be, that's all, well, come down. That's why moderates dominated Congress refused to start. Annie Besant said, I would wait for few months. Right, a few more months. If you refused, I would start. In Vidingal, B.G. Tilak asked, Annie Besant has an idea. Immediately he approached Annie Besant. Annie Besant, that moderates would not start movement at any time. I am ready to start because I was expelled from Congress. I am idle. Please you give it permission. I am ready to start. That's why B.G. Tilak started first. After some few months, Annie Besant also started. So you are here to listen such a story which is discussed at length and breadth in the standard textbook. If you start to read, it will take time, lengthy time. These kinds of nuances you should know. Okay, now who started so and so? Next, aim. What was the aim? Yes, type. What was the aim of home rule movement? Any suggestions? Any guess? It may be wild guess. Type. Purna Swaraj wrong. Okay. Self rule correct. So what is the aim is to attain home rule. To establish British. Already British established. Okay. So what was the aim of home rule movement is to attain home rule. What nonsense, sir. Already home rule movement is the movement. You are saying that aim is to attain home rule. Then what is the meaning of home rule? Is self-government. Self-government within British. Self-government within British. Yes. Sorry, it is already old, no? We use that self-government within British called Swaraj. Am I right? We already use the word Swaraj. Yes, Swaraj is the word, listen, Swaraj is the word used by Congress. That's the Indians. What is a Swaraj? Self-rule. Right, that is Congress used it. Annie Besant used it home rule. This is Annie Besant used it. What is the meaning of home rule? Swaraj. So Swaraj, home rule, all are one. So this is one. This is second different. And the third is for British, it is a word called dominion status. Dominion. Three different terms, but only one explanation. By using these words only, you can get more score. Ultimately, we want, if I go through your paper, some people would write it, but they would use normal word, no mark. Some people would write crispy, but they would use like this words. Because word limit is important, 150 words, 200 words. Rather than if you like to explain it, how would you answer within the time limit, and you have to answer all the questions. So, Swaraj, home rule are also called dominion. All denote the single explanation called self-government within the British Raj. Okay, that was the aim. Okay, so who? Aim over. Next, aim is over. Method of struggle. Method of struggle. Here alone, since the movement is so small, I club both together. Method of struggle and course of action. I club it together and I will go on. So note it down. Method of struggle and course of action. Yes. What are all the method of struggle of this home rule movement is? First point. Conducting hartal. Hartal means procession. Conducting hartal. That is, hartal means street procession. You might have seen some of the political parties with the banner would walk all along the street conducting hartal. One. Right? Teaching politics to the people. Teaching politics. Oh, so what is the purpose of teaching politics to the people? Why? What is the reason mean? People should know what is going on in the collectorate, what is going on in PLA, what's going on in CLA. Then only people could aware. Because without knowing politics, today if you see, all would discuss politics because it's a primary requisite. If you know politics, if you taught politics, you can determine your ruler. If you determine your ruler, your prosperity would increase. That's why people are unaware of the politics. That's why British government was misusing you. If you know the politics, definitely you would ask for this or that. So teaching politics. Understood? So likewise. And third is promoting Indian way of life. Because this is linked with the Theosophical Society. If you see Theosophical Society, this is more linked with Indian. These are all the method of struggle and the course of action of the home rule movement. So everything was going good. 1916, 1917, that was going good. In this alone, so many local leaders, right, joined the movement. So this is already question, I think so. 17, 18 question, right? Many leaders joined the movement. Actually, home rule movement is precursor. Question is asked already. Many leaders joined, right? Especially which leader? One leader later became first Prime Minister of India. He started his political career from here. Jawaharlal Nehru. Note it down. Jawaharlal Nehru. Actually, Jawaharlal Nehru's career starts from here. After 30 years, he became the Prime Minister. Madan Mohan Malaviya. Next, M.A. Jinnah, that is Muhammad Ali Jinnah. M.A. Jinnah was already popular. So here, whose entry is famous is Jawaharlal Nehru entry is famous. So Jawaharlal Nehru, Madan Mohan Malaviya, M.A. Jinnah. These are popular members during which period is Home Rule movement. So it's going on. It's very well it's going on. British never expected that. And at last what happened is, right, listen, 1917, SYS, Secretary of State was there. His name is Montek. He said that, what do you want? Any person, what do you want? We want home rule. What is home rule? Self-government. Okay, we will provide. So keep it in mind. In 1917, government accepted their demands. It was not provided. That is second part. Government accepted the demand, and SYS Montex made a statement. SYS Montek made a statement. That's why it's called Montek statement. Note it down. That is called, don't confuse with Montek-Chelmsford reform. Montek-Chelmsford reform is 1919, but here is the Montek statement 1917. This is expected question. Home rule movement wise, if you answered, that is a you can toughest question you can clear prelims. Got it? Yes. So Montek statement. What is Montek statement? 1917 is home rule would be given. Home rule would be given. That's the significance of Montek statement. That's all. Yes, any person wanted home rule. Government accepted to give. So what is the necessity of continuing the movement? That's why she refrained the movement. That's why if you see the home rule movement, exactly the year 1916 to 1917, here you could see, that's all. So with the Montek statement, the movement was come to an end. That don't read. With the Montek statement, movement was come to an end, not unnecessary. Taken. So with this, we successfully completed one of the area where normally a student would not study much because difficult to understand. And many consider this is a boring concept. But this is where UPSC would ask question, and here only you have to come out to get more score. So today what we discussed is extremist phase, listen, 1905 to 1917. It seems to be very less, just for 10 years. But this much of information we have discussed. If I am the examiner, I will ask question and I would eliminate lakhs of students by asking question from home rule movement. Simple. If you know, you will write for main, you will write mains exam. Okay, that's why never hesitate to study dry area. So extremist, Swadeshi movement we discussed. Surat split we discussed. Next, revolutionary we discussed. Next we discussed 1909 Act. Next we discussed home rule movement. Just imagine, within 10 years of gap, we discussed this much of information. Understood? That's all. So with this, we completed moderate phase, extremist phase and allied phase also. Hereafter 30 years history, damn easy actually. 1917 to 1947. Tomorrow I will discuss up to 1920s. Next we will discuss 1930s or 40s. Try to complete it. So that's all. So now we are entering into the last 30 years of modern Indian history. Open the topic, Gandhian movement or Gandhian phase. Today I will give the initial part of Gandhian movement. Okay, if time is there, I will discuss one or two Champaran Satyagraha, Champaran Keda. Likewise, I will discuss. Right, Gandhian phase. So Gandhian phase is 1970 to 1947, but you have to discuss much before of 1917. So you split the unit into three-part Gandhian phase into three-part. First, his early life. Early life. You are going to say, what about the early life, so and so, so and so, okay? Early life. Second is his regional satyagraha. Regional satyagraha. Third, his national level satyagraha. Third is his national level satyagraha. In that national level satyagraha, we will discuss at length and breadth. Early life, so and so, so and so, I will give it. Because Gandhi was not born in 1917. He was born in much earlier, and what we are discussing is only from 1917. Right? Gandhi as a leader we are discussing, but Gandhi's birth, so and so, so and so, we have to discuss this. Shall we start? Yes. First, you write his early life. Yes. When was he born? I'll note it. 1869, October 2. This is basic information you should know. 1869, October 2 at Porbandar. These are all basic. Porbandar. Now Porbandar is in Gujarat state. Right. Porbandar now in Gujarat. But earlier it was a princely state. You're right. It was a part of princely state. It was located in which princely state is Kathiawar. There is a place called Kathiawar. In that Kathiawar princely state, Kutch Kathiawar region. Kathiawar princely state. So now Gujarat, earlier a princely state called Kathiawar. Taken? Yes, next. Father name. What's the father name? Type. Write and then type. Yes, father name is Karamchand Gandhi. Father name is Karamchand Gandhi. Then what is the real name of the Gandhiji is Mohandas. Mohandas alone is real name. Karamchand Gandhi was taken from the father. But as of now, what we know, Gandhiji, you know. If I ask more than Mohandas, the famous person, no one knows. The catch word is important. Do you know Mohandas? No, I don't know. Do you know Gandhiji? Yes, I knew very well. Okay, next, mother. Mother name. Mother name? Putili Bai, correct. Taken, mother name is Putili Bai. Yes, next. Wife name. Savitriya. Kasturi Bai, huh? Kastur Bai, the wife. What I'm saying is just you should know basic. Actually, he married at 13, note it down. Not 3013. Gandhiji married at the age of 13. Most lucky fellow. Because he married at the 13 itself. At that time, Kasturba age 11. Kasturba 11, his age 13. Okay, but we people are there. 11 not at all. And not 13. Even if we cross 30, marriages, it's very difficult. Am I right? Especially boys, you have to get a job, you have to settle, then only possible. 30, 35 or 40, it would come like this. So here at 13 itself, marriage. In those times, child marriage was acceptable norm. Right. Next, what happened? So after marriage only, he went to London. and got barrister degree. Got barrister degree. Yes. What is barrister? What is barrister? Type law. Yes. So law degree. That is the barrister. Once it's a interview question, especially to the law student, because sometimes we are using the word lawyer, using the word advocate, sometimes using the word barrister. What is the difference of these three? Type it, any law student. Lawyer, advocate, barrister. टाइप करो. Advocate related to government, wrong. Huh? I am asking questions. You are asking question to me. I am the last student. That's why I know. That's why I'm asking. Degree finished. No last student here. Out of the 300 student. Fully no. Right. Listen. Whoever complete a law degree are called lawyer. LLB or BL. Wherever you complete a law degree, you are lawyer. But the lawyer who practice and appear before the judge, such a people are alone called advocate. So whoever completed law degree are called lawyer, but all the lawyers are not advocate. Whoever appear before the judge and court, they are called advocate. Otherwise lawyer. Even today some lawyers are just doing the type work and just doing the some deed writing. They would not go to court, but they would earn crores. They would have law degree, everything, but they are not advocate. So you should at least before a judge and you have to plead, argue it. So that's a difference between lawyer and advocate. If you want to become an after completing law graduate, you have to apply the exam, All India Bar exam. You have to clear. Then you will be given ID card. Then you can practice throughout India, including Supreme Court, and you would become advocate. Black color, white color band, coat, gown, okay. And who are called barrister mean who are completed law degree in Britain and yes, Britain. Such a people are called barrister. If I completed in India, lawyer. If the same law, if I completed in Britain, then I should be called barrister. That is also law, but use the word barrister. Okay, then what is the difference between, sir? What is the difference between completing law in India, completing law in UK is after completing the law in India, I can practice throughout India. I can practice throughout India, like ID card. This ID card would be given. With this ID card, I could enter into court. But if I completed barrister means I can practice not only in Britain, I can practice not only in India, I can practice 53 Commonwealth nation. Do you know Commonwealth nation? Under Britain, it's functioning. Commonwealth nation. That's the significance of a barrister. I think now you understood the difference between these three. Even today also, yes. Even today also, as of now, I completed BL, LLB. I can do barrister. If I go to Scotland or Ireland or Britain, I completed LLM or some other degree. If I get barrister, I can practice in Australia. I can practice in New Zealand. I can practice in Britain. I can practice in Kenya, international lawyer. If I got barrister, even today also, Jalia, you can go country after country and you can earn in dollar. Such lawyers are there. International commercial dispute lawyers are there. Because Vodafone has a company in India, has a company in Kenya, international law. That's a different. Okay. So why I'm saying is, such a Mohandas, that is Karamchand Gandhi, after completing barrister degree, this is important. Keep it in mind. He practiced in South Africa. Am I right? Nearly for 20 years he was in South Africa. Sir, how was it possible, sir? An Indian who got law degree but lived and practiced in South Africa meant because he got barrister. If you don't know this, you can't study Gandhiji in South Africa. Okay, as a lawyer, I can discuss a lot, but I don't want to expand that scope here. Just confine this. Yes, now that Mohandas completed, the young barrister completed, and very interesting. After that, he came to Bombay for practice. First 1 or 2 years he was in Bombay. Not that much of successful. At the time only in 1893. Listen, in 1893 he got a chance to go to South Africa to work for a company. So next point you write, after completing law in 1893 he went to South Africa. He went to South Africa to work for a company. So as an assistant advocate or as an advocate, because at that time Mohandas was not known. 23-year-old, 24-year-old boy, young man. He was not Gandhiji. He is not known to the world. He was a XYZ person. So he went to South Africa, right? But returned from South Africa only in 1915. So write this timeline, 1893 to 1915. Gandhiji was in which country is South Africa? Actually, within 1 year or 2 years, he should return back. But some incidents were responsible for his staying at South Africa. What incident was responsible is racial discrimination. So hereafter, we are discussing Gandhiji in South Africa, 1893 to 1915. What is racial discrimination? Yes, train incident, exactly. Train incident. You people know very well of this train incident. If you see Hindi movie Gandhiji, it will get a flood of information. Whatever I am discussing here, do one thing. After Modern India is over, that weekend you watch Gandhi movie, 3 minutes, more than 3 hours. Such a movie would come. Inch by inch, you can enjoy the movie. Right? He was not allowed to sit in that first class railway. That's a train. He was forced to vacate at St. Marisburg. So likewise, these are all very important. Understood? Nearly 20 plus years he did it. This is what Gandhiji in South Africa. So nearly 22 years he was in South Africa. Right? He spent the entire younger age in South Africa. Got it? That's all. So this is what important thing. Why I'm saying is, next point, in South Africa itself, he conducted satyagraha. So some of the satyagrahas he conducted in South Africa itself. So Ahimsa, satyagraha were not at all new to him. All he conducted in South Africa itself. Taken. So all he conducted in South Africa itself, most successful. Then in India, what he did? He just managed to go for next thing. But in South Africa, he did it. This is what happened in till 1915. While he was in South Africa, he published a newspaper. What is the newspaper type? What's the newspaper he published in South Africa? Indian Opinion. We already discussed. And how Sabarmati Ashram is famous in India. Likewise, in South Africa also an ashram. You write it. What is the South Africa that ashram is? Right. Ashram at South Africa. That is a phoenix farm. Phoenix farm. Phoenix farm at a place called Transvaal. Transvaal is the place. Otherwise, exact name is Tolstoy. Tolstoy farm. Tolstoy farm or Phoenix farm. Right, at a place called Transvaal. How near Ahmedabad, Sabarmati Ashram. Likewise, at a place called Transvaal, he started this ashram. This played a very important. In that way, 20 years. Normally, a student would not study this year. Miss it. Straight away, he would study Champaran, non-cooperation movement. That is wrong. This is a method of study. Okay. Right. With this, right. Today class is over. We discussed up to the initial phase 1915. After 1915, what were the activities of Gandhiji? That we will discuss on tomorrow. Doubt?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, why did they change the name of Indian Union Council to, Indian National Unit to Indian National Congress, sir?
Exactly. So I should discuss this because the word Congress, they took it from American Parliament. When if you say American Parliament name is Congress, America got independence and American Parliament was created by 1800 itself. In America, Parliament name called Congress. The Congress is functioning on democratic way. That's why this leader wanted to function our organization like that of the democratic way. That's why INU to INC. Exactly.
Okay, sir. Sir, my next doubt is why Indians were given only lawmaking powers and not the executive powers, sir?
Law making is like an MLA, MP. Executive power is like a minister, which is powerful.
Executive, sir.
Executive.
But still, the decision of law which has to come can be decided by the lawmaking parties, no, sir. So why they were giving it to lawmaking powers and not the executive powers, sir?
Exactly. Even in law making also, you can't make law because of majority. Even that speaker has the overpower. Speaker could easily overpower irrespective of the number. Now only
Okay, sir.
speaker has the majority could make a law. Speaker has no role. But British side, what happened is even the number of Indians are many. Right? If they move a bill, the speaker could use veto power. Otherwise, viceroy would not sign the bill.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, in South Africa, Gandhiji published a newspaper, no, sir. What was the name of the newspaper, sir?
Indian Opinion, I have already given in the newspaper session itself.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Doubt regarding extremism, sir. So, what about Subramania Bharatiya? Did he belong to extremist space?
Yes, come again.
What about Subramania Bharatiya, sir?
Yes, actually, Subramania Bharadiyar would come under this 1920s and 30s. Actually, he is neither an more or less he is considered as an extremist. Subramanian Varadiyar would come under this phase. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Second doubt is who was the leader of the extremists in phase, sir?
Put your others are speaking.
Okay, I'll just. Is it okay now, sir?
Yes.
Who was the leader of the extremist phase, sir?
Who?
Who were the leaders of the extremist phase?
Okay. Who is the leader is B.G. Tilak. That I B.G. Tilak.
Okay, sir. And then we spoke about the modeling into reforms in which separate lectures is given to Muslims. So did Ambedkar was there at that time?
Your voice is not clear. Completely, it's.
Hello.
Yes. Come again.
So we discussed about the modeling into
Come back. Wait. Next.
Hello.
Yes.
My question is, should we remember at every act how many members were increased? Like in 53 act, another 3 to 4 members increased. That numbers and all we should remember.
No need. They would
We
never
just have
ask.
to remember that at the 53 act.
Act alone, year is alone, not exact member. They would never ask.
Okay, another question is, should we remember if something like Surat split is happening? Should we remember who presided over that session? Should we mug up that things?
That last session, I will ask some of the important session. That alone you mug it up. Tomorrow I will tell it.
Okay, that
The
you
10
have to
sessions
study. Okay.
alone, that alone you should study. For both prelims as well as for mains. Remaining, no need to mug it up all the session and the leaders. Tomorrow I will ask, okay? I will ask you to have a spectrum book. In that wise, how you have to study, I will give.
And also in this Kakori train rubric, is that and all we have to learn the names of the people.
Kakori next phase.
Next phase will come.
Next phase.
Because we discussed about revolutionary people. We discussed it, right? That topic. Who you just said young group didn't give me.
No. This is the first phase. 2 phases are there in revolution. Second phase we will discuss.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Sir, my first note is that Bengal was partitioned by Lord Curzon in 1905, sir. Whether it was unified with India after the Swadeshi movement, sir?
Yeah. That I have tried. Tomorrow I will tell because less number of people are there. Tomorrow in the initial of the class I will tell. Just once class is started, you just type it, remember it. I will tell. Then I will continue the class tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, sir. Then about Theosophical Society and Home Rule movement, sir. What's the relationship between the Theosophical Society and Home Rule movement?
Closely related. The head of the Theosophical Society started the Home Rule.
Sir, I don't have an idea about the Theosophical Society, their aims, sir. Can you give an outline about that?
No, we already discussed socio-religious reform movement, Theosophical Society purpose. One entire class has been taken of Theosophical Society. How could you say you don't know?
Sir, that's okay, sir. But regarding the Home Rule movement, how they shifted that transition between Theosophical and Home Rule movement?
Oh yeah, they are a religious group. That religious group started an additional one called home rule movement, not completely shifted.
Okay, so okay.
They are doing
Uh,
religion.
then, uh, then my third doubt is that why Gandhiji returned to India, sir, from South Africa, and whether there is any specific incident which made him to.
Not ask like this question. Our question should be why did he stay in South Africa so long time? Why should he stay in South Africa? He should come to India at any time. Your question should not be like this. Why did
Yes,
come
sir.
means okay? You should have asked why such a long time he stayed in South Africa because India is home country.
Okay, so I thought that 22 years he stayed there, so whether any incident compelled him to come like that.
No. He decided to work in normally after earning 50, last years you will always go to your village to enjoy your final days. Likewise.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So you said you talked about the transition between moderates and extremists. Will you be talking about the transition from extremism to Gandhian phase also?
Yes. 1907 onwards itself gradually extremism to Gandhian phase.
So, no, sir, about the fusion of moderates and extremists which will happen in 1917. All those incidents I'm asking.
Diffusion of moderates and extremists.
Yes, sir. Lucknow session.
That's why I said tomorrow I'll ask you to bring book. In that session wise I will discuss. So that Lucknow session I
Okay,
deliver
sir.
skipped.
Sir, also you said that 1907 to 1917 extremist ideology was followed inside Congress, but that was not reflected in 1909 Act, which was mainly fueled by moderates, right, sir?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
how
yeah.
can you say that extremist ideology was in Congress?
That is two different things. Extremate allergy in Congress and 1902 are entirely different. 1909 Act was passed by the British government. British no need
Sir,
to have
but
extremist.
yes, sir, it was passed by British, but I thought moderates were the influence behind the 1909 Act.
Yeah, you are right. That's right.
So, so you're saying that both moderate and extremist ideology existed throughout 1907 to 1917?
Yeah. What's the link
Okay, sir.
between 19 that's a different. This one is different.
Okay, fine, sir. And regarding that, a number of members increased all during these acts in legislative assemblies. So the numbers inside the executive council, it was constantly five before 1909.
No. It increased it 6, 7, 8. Likewise, but all were the British. I have not given just for your understanding. I kept as such 5. That also increased it, but no Indian were.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Sir, you said that Bengal was partition, sir. What about land revenue system there, sir? If it is being zamindari system apply or Rayatwari Mahalwari system, did that change also take place, sir, during Bengal partition?
No, only political purpose alone change. Administrative, what system was introduced earlier, the same system. If in Bengal part Jamindari means even after division the same Jamindari. In Assam part Rayatwari means even after division the same Rayatwari. Here only political part alone change, not other part.
Sir, and my another doubt is, sir, you said that there was a famine in Bengal near Bengal in 1900, sir. So would that be taken as because the moderates didn't take into account the peasants' demands, there were no more peasant protests? Would that be taken as the reason also for the famine, sir?
Right, exactly.
Okay, sir. Sir, and my last doubt is, sir, you said that about
Yes.
Sir, you said about Arabindo Ghosh, no, sir. Can you explain that again, sir? Arabindo Ghosh, can you explain that part? Network was disrupted during that time. Can you explain that, sir?
What? Okay. If it disturbed means you go through the video better, so that you could get the holistic form of idea. Better to go through video.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Because if I start to explain what you missed it, I can't say what I actually said it. I may suppress some information that would not be good. Rather than go through the original, you will get the continuity. That's why. Next.
Uh, Good afternoon, sir. Sir, regarding something, means the earlier person asked about 1900 famine in Bengal, no, sir. What did he ask, sir? That indirect link is there? Some.
Actually, 1900 Bengal famine, even in that also moderates didn't take sufficient measure. That may also be one of the reason for the rise of extremism. And since moderate didn't take, that might have been the reason for aggravation of the famine. Likewise, he said.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And one more doubt, sir. Regarding when we were discussing about Ambedkar, we were talking about separate electorate system, no, sir. That
Yes.
is same this 1909
Yeah, the
Act.
same.
Then Ambedkar, why did he support, sir? Because
Ambedkar asked 1932, much later. Here we are in 1909.
but the concept is same.
Concept is same.
Okay, and Gandhiji opposed this separate electorate system, correct, no, sir?
He never came to scene. Now, Gandhiji was in South Africa in 1909.
No, by Ambedkar time, means by 1930s.
1930s,
We were.
at that time opposed. That we will discuss later. 1930s we will discuss. Pune Pact, so on, so we will discuss much later.
Oh, okay, sir. And one more idea, sir. The regarding divide and rule. This divide and rule was implemented step by step by the British after 1858. Means in the 1858 Act and the 1909 Act, and partition of Bengal, everything. We can add, including we can add this under that, no, sir. Divide and
Yes,
rule.
exactly. This is the right way. 1887 to till partition, divide and rule was gradually used and implemented.
Okay, sir. And one more doubt, sir. This formation of East Pakistan, no, sir, that is different from partition of Bengal or same, sir?
East partition is partition only, partition of Bengal only, creation of East Bengal. Don't confuse with partition of India in 1947.
Okay. So East Pakistan is different, East Bengal is different.
East Pakistan after independence, yeah. That is partition of India took place.
Okay, sir.
East Pakistan, later East Pakistan became Bangladesh. Rename is happened 1971.
Okay, sir. But region wise, the region is same.
More or less same, yes.
Okay. Only the status differs. If it is a state or a country, that
Yes.
differs. Okay, sir. One more doubt, sir, regarding this Tolstoy farm in it is in South Africa or Russia, sir. This one Tolstoy farm.
Tolstoy belonged to Russia. Tolstoy farm in South Africa.
Okay, sir. And regarding this extremists, what were not aims we didn't discuss, sir. Is it essential or no?
Extremist, what we didn't discuss?
What were not aims we didn't discuss, sir.
That we don't want.
That we do. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
Sir, my doubt is regarding moderates. Sir, moderates, they adopted a constitutional method of protest, right, sir?
Yes.
So, did that favor the existence of the INC? Because if they were aggressive in nature, Britishers would would uproot the INC at its infant stage. Can we infer like that?
That's exactly right.
Okay. So we can write it like that, right, sir?
Actually, you should write like this.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Next doubt, sir, regarding now, sir told about that Bengal partition, sir. That figure is not clear. Like some confusion existing. Can you show that figure that sir drawn in the board?
Actually, where is that? Better to see the video if such a thing, so that you will get an idea.
Okay.
Huh? Get it.
Okay. Sir, in that 1947 partition, that northern region as well as this uh, eastern region was also divided, right, sir?
Yes, both side. That West Pakistan as well as East, West as well as East.
Okay, so some of the Bengal provinces will come into this session, like
More or less,
East Pakistan.
these are there between East Bengal and East Pakistan.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That's all, sir. Thank you very much.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Actually, what's the meaning of fertile, sir?
What's the meaning of?
What's the meaning of fertile, sir?
Come again.
Hartal.
Hartal.
Uh,
Hartal
what's-
means street process. Street process. Some
Okay, sir.
100 people would take the placard and would shout in the street. That's called hartal. It's more or
Okay,
less
sir. Then
like more or less.
Closing the shops like that and all.
Close the shop and walking all on the street like this.
Okay, sir. My second doubt is why Annie Besant mainly come to India to start home rule movement, sir?
Oh, she never came.
Why she choose?
She never came to India to start home rule movement.
Okay, sir.
For what purpose she come to India is to start Theosophical Society.
Okay, sir.
Entered into it. Much later only was also influenced by politics. Then she started.
Okay, sir. And my third doubt is the Bengal partition. British divided into East Bengal and Bengal, no, sir. And East Bengal, they just divided like Assam, Bangladesh, but this is in west side only, no, sir.
Yes.
So west and east
side.
only they.
That's east. That
Yes,
is
sir.
east. That is east.
Oh,
Yeah. This
okay,
is
okay.
west.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, can you elaborate the separate electorate system effects, sir?
Effect is partition of India. That's why I said separate electoral system means only such a community people would be there in that area. No other community people would be there. After 10 to 15 to 30 years, what would happen? Only Muslim area, Muslim alone would be there. Sikh electorate system, Sikh alone would be there. Last, what government would do, because separate, here Muslims are separate, majority, I am giving separate country. Here Sikh people are majority, so I am giving Sikh country. Likewise, one country is created called Pakistan because of this. On what basis Pakistan Muslim country is created? In that area, many Muslim lived, so British did it. I am giving as a separate country, but it date back to 1909 because of the outcome of separate electorate system. That's the effect.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my first doubt is, did Muhammad Ali Jinnah supported a separate electoral system, sir?
At that time we can't say. I will refer and say, because at that time he never supported, or I have to discover, because I have not come across such a information as well as such a question also. I will refer.
Okay, sir. Sir, my second doubt is what is the background of Alipur conspiracy, sir? And what is the link between it and the organization, sir?
Actually, some Anushilan Samiti members tried to kill some officer. Such Anushilan Samiti members, since belong to Calcutta, all were taken to Alipur. In that Alipur court, the case was conducted. That's why it's called Alipur conspiracy case. So in Alipur, no such a bad thing. In Alipur court, it was conducted. That's why it's called case. What is the exact killing? No need. Even I have not also studied of that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
At last you told that when Tolstoy and that Phoenix Forum, I did not understand that from you.
Yes.
Tolstoy and Phoenix Forum and something you have written, so that was not clear.
Okay. In India, Sabarmati Ashram. Likewise, in South Africa also, Gandhiji set up an ashram. That ashram was called Tolstoy farm or Phoenix farm. That name, ashram name alone.
Phoenix, sir.